But we were saying this all year. So they were winning 64 games, and me and
saying
Ox were begging for them to make a trade because we knew even when they were winning that this team was not good enough. So it's not just because they're losing, K don't have enough help. When they were winning 64 games, when they were breaking franchise records, we were here saying this team is not good enough. We were saying it then. It's not just because they're losing. We're saying it now. At the trade deadline, me and Ox were begging for them to make a trade because we knew they did not have enough offensively. This is a team that with Cade off the floor has a bottom 5 half-court offense. This is a team over the course of the season had a below average half-court offense. They won 64 games in spite of that. That does not mean that is not a problem. That does not mean that is not something that needed to be addressed. We are now in a postseason series in which their opponent is the second worst offense in the playoffs. And they are still down 3-1 because their offense is the only one worse.
Detroit Pistons have the worst half-court offense in the playoffs right now. Yes, that includes the Houston Rockets. They have a 108 offensive rating, I believe.
Shit. Why is that?
What you mean? Why is that? Because they ain't gonna get that boy no help.
For what it's worth,
talk is making a point.
The second worst team is also Orlando.
This
series has been.
But they're still
11 for 41.
They're still 6 points better per 100 possessions than
in the half court or in.
Yes, 106 to 100. They're 6 points.
That's not
worse
the half
than
court.
The
That's not the
worst.
half court. That's overall.
That's what I was just looking at on Clean the Glass.
Yeah, but that's overall. In the half court, it's 81.4 to 84.4. No team has an 106 in the half court, and that's the worst team in the playoffs.
But
I'm looking at half court offense, half court, and putbacks.
Look at points per play. Look at points per play.
Oh, you're doing points per play. I'm doing points.
That's the half court number. Points per possession is their overall offense. I'm just so you know. Points per play in the half court is their half court offensive rating.
I mean, the conversation that I had the worst by
it's still the worst. Yeah, it's still the worst.
Yeah. So they're still struggling as an offensive unit, and I think it's clear as day. They need somebody else that can create a shot outside of
Imagine they had Devin Booker. Yeah, imagine they had Devin Booker.
My goodness.
I mean, imagine if they had Scotty Barnes. Or imagine if they had their second best offensive player. I mean, their second best bucket getter able to get buckets. The problem is when you get to the playoffs, that thing that you're used to doing, the light is going to get shown on it. So, to your point, the conversation we were having this morning, Ron, when your offensive game as a bucket getter is predicated on you being physical. Now you got somebody standing in front of you making it clear that bully shit, no, we're not doing that. So now guess what you now have to do? Now you have to rely on your skill set. Turns out your skill set isn't that good. Turns out your ability to go to your weekend ain't as good as I thought it was. Turns out your ability to knock down a mid-range shot when you got a guy crowding you, nope, not that good neither. The idea of you getting on the box and being able to go to work, nope, he's getting pushed up the lane. Now he's gotten taken completely out of the series. This is your 19-a-game guy. When you take that off the floor, that makes your offense way different because, one, Cade has to now make up for that. Number two, the defense, which I thought was going to be the number 3 option because they create a lot of havoc, they're going to make up for that, but they haven't. And on top of that, Cade Cunningham has not taken care of the basketball. When I watched that game yesterday,
he's playing against a good defense, too.
The start, no.
Whoa. Cade being turnover prone isn't
right.
new.
That's where I'm going, Moss. That's exactly where I'm going. The start of that game yesterday was egregious. Number one, I got Jalen Duren. I got Jalen Duren on the left block. He's asking for the ball. He's getting pushed up the lane, which now with Cade standing there, now the spacing is getting less. With the spacing getting less, what should Cade do? Cade should move away and get a better angle. Instead, what does he do? He tries to drop the ball off him. Turnover. I got a Sore Thompson. Coming off the screen. He's wide open in the mid post. Shoot the basketball. But instead, what does he do? He catches the basketball and he's trying to drive down the lane. Yeah, Moss, because I actually have seen him throughout the course of this series make a mid-range jump shot and a mid-post jump shot. I know that you don't love him in the mid. Right, and exactly, I've seen him do that. So shoot, we're early in the game. Shoot the basketball. Yeah, it's early.
I mean,
let's see if you hot. Yeah, let's see if you hot. Let's see.
I do think they need to shoot.
But really quickly, I promise I'm gonna let you roll with this. Really quickly, I'm gonna let you roll with this. He comes off that screen. Jalen Suggs is basically standing in the paint. So instead of him shooting that shot to get the defense to keep them honest, no, he's going to drive down the lane, and now he's going to pass the ball out to Tobias Harris, who's not ready to shoot. Turnover again. Now we're completely off balance as a unit, right? So if you're not going to take care of the basketball, that comes from your lead guard. That's going to throw a monkey wrench in everything that we're doing. So I can honestly say, Ox, I got the games right. I just had the team wrong.
Yo, this PC Ron here.
This is Chilltown Hoops.
Yo, this is Drench Man, not the French man.
Mars here.
This is Swiper.
Yo, this is Big Ox.
I want to start by showing love to everybody that rocks with PC.
We appreciate y'all, whether you catch every episode,
Catch the clips, jump in the chat, or just support from a distance.
We see all of it.
We put a lot into this, a lot of time, a lot of energy.
And a lot of love. And we do it because we really care about giving y'all dope content and building the best sports community out there.
But if we being real, the way we can keep growing this thing and make more content, have better productions, more live events, more PC weekends, more meetups, all of that stuff.
It's through memberships.
The support really helps us keep this thing moving.
So if PC has ever been a part of your day,
helped you get through work,
made you laugh,
made you mad,
or just gave you somewhere to tap in with people who really love the game,
go check out the memberships tiers and see which one works best for you.
We're here every day doing this.
And with y'all behind us,
we can keep taking this to another level.
Tap into the membership.
And let's keep building this thing, baby. PC to the top with you. Let's do it.
Chill has this habit of every time a team goes up 3-1, the team down 3-1 is just never going to win again.
Depending on
like,
wait.
Time. Once you go down 3-1, it's over. You're never gonna see another victory.
Now wait a minute, Mars. It depends.
You said the Timberwolves were gonna win. The Nuggets never gonna win again. And you knew Dante had no Achilles and Ant weren't playing, and you was like,
I told y'all that wasn't finna happen last night. I couldn't believe that.
The moment they go up 3-1, it's over.
If I can explain myself, yes, they went down 3-1. And in the matter that they go up 3-1, those two games that they beat Denver, they absolutely obliterated them, smoked them dudes. And I felt like they took Denver's heart, completely took them out the series. I'm thinking this series is over. These guys are done. They can't do anything else. That's what I thought, watching that. I thought that they were over. Obviously, it's not over. Clearly, it's not over. Now, as far as Detroit,
I mean, it might be over just in 6. So
now,
as far as think it's going to be over in 5.
I don't know.
Now, as far as Detroit, I think Detroit can go home and win a game. I think they can go home and win a game. Yes, I do think they can go home and win a game. I don't think that if we go back, if we come to Orlando for Game 6, I think the series is over. I don't think we're coming back home for Game 7.
So Detroit has to play so great as a defensive unit for them to win games because their offense is that bad, bro. Asord Thompson can't do anything. Tobias Harris has been like their second best offensive player. They're out there playing. Cade is out there playing in late 90s, 2000 spacing. It's ridiculous to watch. They can't create a shot outside of Cade Cunningham.
Then how did they go 13-5 without him?
That's the regular season. This is a whole new season.
Completely.
It doesn't matter what they did in the regular season. Dennis Jenkins was a good enough player. Dennis Jenkins was a good enough player in the regular season. He obviously isn't cutting it in the playoffs. Nobody cares about what they were doing in the regular season.
But real talk, this is what I'm talking about right here.
When you look at what they are with Cade right now has a 32.5 net swing in the playoffs for this team. They are 20 percentage point or points per possession better with Cade Cunningham on the court than off. They have a 88 offensive rating without Cade Cunningham. They are absolute garbage without that man on the court. Garbage. They can't do anything without Cade. Nothing. And it's clear as day. And some people were up here saying that in real time. Me, Mars, Chill, people that were concerned about this team. Dennis Jenkins wasn't going to be good enough. I know Ron wanted to shout him out and shit like that. Not a good enough player. Not good enough. Not remotely good enough. Not remotely good enough.
Yes, but real talk, this is what I mean when I say for some people, the playoffs are easier. Because I can expect it's just about certain times, certain matchups. Orlando is going to look better against a team like this than they will having to jump around and play somebody new every day. Sometimes the playoffs are just easier because I got your number. Like, I got your number. You can't get with me. And I get to play you. I'm going to pick on you. I'm going to pick on you for 10 days straight. I don't gotta go run with Charlotte. I don't gotta go close out on Steph Curry tomorrow. I get to pick on your ass for 10 straight days. That's when you exactly. Get it like that, that's when it's easier. It's sometimes when the game slows down, it's easier for us. Sometimes when it gets more physical, it's easier for us. When you're so everybody always thinks that physicality means bad. No. I'm a physical person. Physicality, good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Orlando wants to play like that, Ox.
Everybody now, when you look at this game, and I put this in the Discord yesterday, there was like 3 minutes left in the game, and I think the score was like 85-93 or something like that. You look at that
maybe
score,
92. Yeah.
Something like that. I'm not sure. It was close. And then it was halftime of the Phoenix game, and the score was 75 to like 69. 67. Yeah, 67. Okay. Like, Morris, how the fuck do you? What? Okay.
The one game Phoenix could score, OKC couldn't miss. I was
right. So, like, if you look at the difference in these games, it's like sometimes and that's all I was trying to say. And you know what I'm saying? I was trying to explain that as best as I could, but now that we're in the playoffs, we can just see it in real time. Like when you get a favorable matchup, or a matchup that you're comfortable with, doesn't have to be favorable, but it's easier for us than it is for me to go get on the plane to play this team, and then play this team, and play this team. It's just how it is. And some people prefer physicality. Some people prefer other things than they do in the regular season. And for certain people, for the big dogs, Wendell.
Oh, Wendell's a big dog now?
I mean, Wendell always been a big dog. Wendell was a big dog back when he was a blue devil.
That's college though. This is you gotta re-earn your stripes when you step into this league.
Maybe so, but you remember when Wendell was running with Marvin and they was thugging? You remember that?
I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? The teams that have athleticism, size, and can play with physicality definitely are winning in the playoffs. But I just want to go, like, Ox was saying how this Detroit team needed to get Laurie at the trade deadline or something, right? Everybody up here, damn near everybody up here was questioning their offensive ability for times like this. And I think that, again, this is another example of, hey, you're winning these regular season games, so you think you're a better team than you actually are. I have been low on Detroit. Anybody that's been keeping up with me, I've been low on them all season. I didn't give a damn how many games they were winning in the regular season. I didn't care because their offense is Cade or bust. That's not going to work, even with offensive players who are better offensive players than Cade. That wouldn't work. A Shea right now would be struggling with Detroit. And Shea's far better than
real talk.
What?
Ron Holland has played 18 minutes this series.
Shea would not be struggling with Detroit.
Pin, I know you are ready to push back on this because you like Detroit and you want to try to convince us that they're better than what they are. They are down 3-1. And all I'm gonna say is y'all had months to go do something. You guys had months. The Detroit Pistons.
Am I
the Pistons? No. You're not.
The Pistons.
I'm talking to the Pistons organization, and I'm talking to anybody who is a Pistons fan. And if you feel some type of way about this, then you can lump yourself up into this, and you could be mad. But hey, I'm not the one that sat on my hands and do nothing. We are watching a Minnesota Timberwolves team with Bones Highland and Ayu Dosunmu. Look halfway competent running their point guard.
Ayo could do this with Cade because
check me out. All I'm saying is All I'm saying is they would be so much better with Io over there. I'm not even saying they would win the series, but just somebody to just be able to just relieve Cade for a second. Somebody to be able to penetrate and make something happen. Somebody to be able to create their own shot. Somebody to be able to get downhill. Somebody to be able to get somebody an open look. Cade has to do everything.
Can I please say something?
Pin, just right quick though, because I'm saying the same thing that is going on with the Pistons is the same thing that's going on with the Rockets. And we sat here for October, November, December, January and said, you guys have to get some guard help. And they let Kobe White go over to Charlotte for nothing. I'm saying like I don't feel bad for the Pistons because you guys did this to yourself.
Allowing other players to be themselves is a gift as an offensive player. Some offensive players don't allow other players to be themselves, even if those players are good. There's always a trade-off. We said this with Harden. You can even say this with someone like Nikola Jokic. You can say that a guy like Peyton Watson may not have had the type of offensive explosion that he had Jokic played those minutes. But without Jokic, he was... Okay, can you please like?
Yeah, I want to see where you're. I want to see where.
Yeah. We'll just leave real talk in jail for a second. Go ahead, Pin. Hey, Pin. Also, you're the warden, so you let me know when you want him to be back.
I mean, you can bring him back right now. I really don't give a shit. Okay, so Cho, who have been the three most disappointing teams in the playoffs so far?
The three most disappointing. I'm going to say Detroit has been very disappointing.
Would you say Denver's been really disappointing?
Yes.
Denver, okay. And would you say New York has been a little bit disappointing?
No, I don't think New York has been disappointing at all. I think
really?
Atlanta. No. Yes. I had Houston beating the Lakers. Yeah. I had Houston beating the Lakers.
So in terms
three teams whose offensive sucked.
Okay. The teams, these are the three players who lead the NBA in touches. Nikola Jokic, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brunson. To me, these three have been very disappointing in the playoffs so far because I think their offense is very, very predictable. It's very obvious that what you're going to do, and I think that dominates. Now, you counting out teams that are down 3-1 doesn't actually move me because 95% of the teams that go down 3-1 end up losing the series. 4.8% do come back. Do I think Detroit can come back? Yes, potentially. But this idea of Cade not having help has bothered me for 3 years. Number one, I like his teammates. I do. I have a lot more respect for that Pistons roster than this is not the Cade and company show for me. This is a truly gritty, good, defensive-minded, hardworking team. And to
is it the brand of basketball that you like more than anything?
Well, I think everyone agrees they're a good defensive team. I think
and that they're gritty.
Hold up.
Yeah. And that they're a good collection of guys.
We have a top 5 MVP.
Yeah.
Okay, this year. Cade finished top 5 in MVP. Last year, he finished 7th. So we're going to have to hold Cade Cunningham, first overall pick, to the standard that we hold players on that level too. Here are the numbers over the last 10 games. 23.8% from three across 10 games.
It's actually better than last year in the playoffs.
Wait, are we doing the games in which he just came back from a collapse line?
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing. Yes, that's exactly what we're doing, Mars.
Playoffs.
Well, you said last 10 games. Last 10 playoff games?
Last 10 playoff games.
Okay, thank you. You didn't say that in the first.
And 6 turnovers a game.
Yes, okay. That's why it's a reoccurring issue. Yeah, I agree.
So the turnovers are an issue because your ball dominance is an issue, and your ball dominance has been an issue going back to college. This is actually just how you play basketball. And we're always willing to look away, and we're always willing to say it's because you don't have enough space, and you don't have this, and you don't have this. Well, you know what? I'm tired of it always being about somebody else. As a guard who dominates as many possessions as you do, no, I don't hate Cade. I don't hate Cade.
I knew it.
Live in that.
I knew it. Okay, you got it. You can carry on.
It's okay, Penn.
And I know it's too good. Now he gets to get
mask. You're trying to mask it by holding him to this standard. That's what you're trying to do.
No,
in reality, you really can't stand this guy. And I get it.
What the hell is there not to stand about? He's a great teammate. He's a great leader. What the hell do I not like about Cade?
Coughing up that pill. That's what it is. You coughing up the rock.
No, the
he is turning the ball over. I do agree that Cade can play better, but we have to acknowledge his environment in which he's playing. Bringing up Jalen Brunson and Nikola Jokic. First off, Jalen Brunson is in 10 times in a better offensive environment than Cade
That's number
Cunningham.
one. That's number one.
It has been his whole career.
Who's the second best offensive player on the Pistons? And who's the secondary creator? Hold on, but who's the second creator on the team, Ben?
Oh, the second creator.
Creator on
Dennis
the team.
Jenkins.
Who is he supposed to be sharing the ball with?
They don't have a second creator.
Dennis Jenkins.
It's Kyrie.
No, let him answer the question. Who is
LeVert,
Cade supposed to be
Jenkins,
letting
Tobias
handle the ball
Harris,
right now?
Jalen Duren. These are Asar Thompson. These are all guys who you would consider
opposed
to be
to
above
Cat.
average passers for their position.
If K was the problem, Ben, if K was the problem in the playoffs and the regular season, why do they fall off a cliff offensively when K's not on the court?
Because everything on that roster is designed for him to get touches. So when you get a lot of touches and your teammates don't get a lot of touches, they fall out of rhythm. There's also like you really want to spin this whole like, oh, they're 20 points per possession better without this and whatever. Explain 13-5 without him. Explain why this team went into Toronto.
They're
lost
a good regular
then,
season team. Do you want me to answer the question? Or you just want to hear yourself talk? You asked the question. I'll answer it. They were 13-5 because, again, we've seen in the regular season now for multiple seasons, if you defend at a high level and you play with energy and you rebound the basketball, you win basketball games in the regular season. That's not nothing new. But clearly they are a worse team.
You win basketball
they
games?
are clearly a worse team without Cade Cunningham on the court. Clearly.
They had a better win percentage without Cade.
They are clearly a worse basketball team without Cade Cunningham on the court. And you can try to spin that whatever the dumbass way you want to. They're a worse team. They're a worse team without Cade. Clearly. I don't even know what we're doing right now.
Let me call you a dumbass for a second, and let me just.
I didn't call you a dumbass. I said you made a dumbass point.
But Penn, if we're watching it,
going at it, you just going at it. Like,
but if we're being honest,
you gotta stop letting me bother you so much.
Your primary ball handler, right? Your primary ball handler in Cade Cunningham,
right?
Who is your best distributor when he's off the floor? You don't have anything comparable to that, particularly the way your offense is designed. So when he comes off the floor against an Orlando team who's focused solely on him. So when he comes off the floor, now that defense focuses on Dennis Jenkins and Karis LeVert. Because I don't know if you noticed this, but their sharpshooter and Duncan Robinson does not shoot when he ain't open. Like Moss talked about with Luke Kennard, he does not shoot when he ain't open. And you know why he ain't shooting? Because a lot of times he ain't open. So where's the buckets coming from?
Honestly,
who's creating shots for him?
Chill,
because he ain't creating shots for himself. I can tell you that right now.
Dennis Jenkins is one of the best passers in the NBA. I don't know what to tell you. He truly is.
That's interesting.
Penn, you don't have to do this. There's
nothing to do.
You don't watch what I'm saying. There's nothing to do.
Even if Dennis Jenkins was one of the best passers in the NBA, he doesn't create advantages.
Hold up. When I came up here and I told y'all, no, not you. When I came up here and I said Colin Murray-Boyles is a better defender than Alex Sarr, I was told I was off my fucking rocker.
I thought you were nuts, Penn, when you said that. I was.
Are we watching it now?
I would have agreed with you.
What do that got to do with Dennis Jenkins?
I would have agreed with that. I just wasn't here.
I'm telling you, Dennis Jenkins is
like
that.
Being right about one thing doesn't make you right about another thing. Dennis Jenkins isn't one of the best passers in the NBA.
I'm right about everything.
Shut up being right, Penn. I love that. Fuck that. I'm right. Fuck you.
But Penn, and this is why I tried to call. I called this out about 10, 15 minutes ago. I know that you like this group of guys with the Pistons. I like them. This just isn't a because they're down 3-1 to an 8 seed.
No,
they are down 3. What do you mean no? They are down 3-1 to an 8 seed.
Your analysis is lazy.
They are offensively limited lazy.
That's the analysis. They are a terrible offense, Ben. Everybody sees it.
Your analysis is on methamphetamines. Okay? Let it go.
Watch game sucks.
Let it go.
Really
You're right. It does. It does
this
help to watch games. You
should
watch the game instead of looking at the box score.
This Pistons offense operates completely differently in games where Cade does not play. They operate.
All right. So should Cade sit out?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying Cade should fit in,
which he does.
Fit into what? Who is out there with him to fit into? What is he fitting into?
They should have made a trade at the deadline.
Okay.
Simple as that. It's simple as that. They should have went. They should have went and got. They should have went and got
3
somebody else to help
years.
Cade Cunningham.
Kobe White,
Jenkins
Io
can't do it.
DeSomo.
Because
Dennis
Dennis
Jenkins
Jenkins
Cade
think
don't have enough help.
This year had a
Every time the
bottom 5
Pistons struggle, Cade don't have enough help.
Every time they win, he doesn't
How the
have
hell
enough
they
help.
win 60 games? He wins 60 games by himself.
But we were saying this all year. So they were winning 64 games, and
we
me
were
and
saying
Ox were begging for them to make a trade because we knew even when they were winning that this team was not good enough.
Level
So
of
it's not just because
creator.
they're losing, Cade don't have enough help.
Oh my
when they
God.
were winning
If he had
64
the-
games,
if-
when they were breaking franchise records, we were here saying this team is not good enough. We were saying it then. It's not just because they're losing. We're saying it now. At the trade deadline, me and Ox were begging for them to make a trade because we knew they did not have enough offensively. This is a team that with Cade off the floor has a bottom 5 half-court offense. This is a team over the course of the season had a below average half-court offense. They won 64 games in spite of that. That does not mean that is not a problem. That does not mean that is not something that needed to be addressed. We are now in a postseason series in which their opponent is the second worst offense in the playoffs. And they are still down 3-1 because their offense is the only one worse. They are the only offense worse than Orlando.
Okay, Mars,
that's the problem.
Mars, if you coach this team and you had all the skill sets available to you that are on this team, which includes Jalen Duren
Which team?
as an evolving passer, yes, the Pistons, which includes Tobias Harris, who has functioned as part of many functional offenses before, which includes Asar Thompson as a cutter, which includes Isaiah Stewart as a potential spacer, which includes Karis LeVert as a potential secondary creator, which includes Dennis Jenkins as, in my opinion, one of the top 25, 30
Cade
passers
would still
in the
have
NBA.
the ball in his hands.
Okay, Cade would have the ball in his hands, but would he have the ball in his hands exactly in the spots that he does? As long as he does, would he maybe be a little bit more dynamic off the ball? My point is, would you coach this team the way they coach this team? Would you believe that on paper you look at this team with all the talent that they have, with all the players they have?
I know, Quan. I said that, Quan.
And you would say this is a team with Cade Cunningham as good as he is that should be a bottom. That should be the worst half court offense in the NBA playoffs. You believe that?
I'm not the biggest fan of JB Bickerstaff offenses, period.
Okay.
That's the thing. I'm not the highest on JB. Him in Cleveland, I wasn't the highest on. Their offense is stagnated. We saw them against New York. He's the only person I've seen manage to make a James Harden offense look bad. Shout out to him coaching the Rockets 10 years ago. He's the only coach I've ever seen who's managed to have a Houston Rockets offense with James Harden not look good. So I'm not the highest on him. I don't think he's maximizing his resources.
Okay.
Maximizing the resources on this roster is they're a bottom 5 offense in the playoffs instead of the worst.
No, that's the word. That's the result of it. But maximizing it, maximizing it is putting ball in Cade's hands, speeding up the game, generating offense on your defense, letting Cade go one-on-one when you get into the meat and potatoes of the game, creating shots for Jalen Duren, putting him in the mid-post and in the mid-range, getting Duncan Robinson open looks. That's maximizing their offense. Now, Penn, to Mars's point, with all of that being said, when we get into the playoffs, and now we get to zero in on everything that's wrong with you. Wait a minute. That guy, he only plays physical. Like when you match his physicality, the skill set isn't really there. We can deal with that. That guy right there, his jump shot in the playoffs isn't very good. He doesn't shoot the ball from the long ball line very well. That guy right there, he doesn't shoot when he's open. He only shoots when he's open. That guy, Tobias Harris, he's an okay one-on-one player, but he needs people to get involved. So what if we took this guy and we made him their only bucket getter? We're going to slow all of these other guys down. What happens then? You get the worst offense in the playoffs, Penn. That's what happens.
They don't got the person there. They just don't got the
I
person.
don't understand how I can watch a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 fast break or a 3-on-2 fast break where Cade throws the ball at his teammate's elbow and somehow it comes down to Cade doesn't have enough help. I don't understand how a guy comes out
saying every turnover is not on Cade.
23.8% from 3. I'm sorry. At some point, we got to hold you accountable. You have the ball which means we got to hold you accountable.
I'm not going to argue that.
But no, Pin. We do have to. You're right, Pin. We do have to.
4 turnovers in the first 5 possessions yesterday sucked,
His turnovers have been a problem.
I ain't like that at all. No.
That's not new.
Cade Cunningham what is the stat that Mars brought up last year? Cade Cunningham led the league in lost ball turnovers last year.
That's
lost ball. That's dribbling the shit off your foot. Okay. So this is a guy who's been very loose with the basketball, and the possession game matters a lot. You go back through NBA history. Because of how often is a team that wins the possession battle winning a game in the playoffs? I will guarantee you it's over 65%.
Wait. If they're losing this series because of Cade's turnovers, I also want to point out that they're only even close to being in this series because of Cade's everything else Cade does. Okay, if I'm the only person on this team that can successfully control the basketball, distribute the basketball, and score the basketball,
you're not.
Hell yeah! No, hold on. Yes. Hold the fuck on.
At the level that they need to win,
I am. Yes, Chill. If I'm the only one that can do this at a high level, I am absolutely gonna have a shit ton of turnovers. Yes. Absolutely, yes, I am. Yes. Absolutely. So while you think Dennis Jenkins is whoever you think he is, he's not doing it. Not why you think Isaiah is some magical floor spacer, he's not. Why you think all this shit that you just ran down about what these guys were or what they are in the scouting report, what they are on paper, it's not happening.
Who's been their best player so
why
far?
Though? But why? Because Orlando, you know why? Because Orlando's defense is just as good as Detroit's defense. That's what y'all keep ignoring. Y'all keep ignoring the fact that these dudes over here are playing defense and they're hitting them just like Detroit's been doing all season. Orlando can do it too. I know it pisses you off. I know you got to breathe about it, but that's just what it is. It helps to watch games, Pin.
I think the thing that helps Cade the most is him addressing his turnover issue, because it's the same thing the Knicks did to him last year. He turned the ball over a bunch and he struggled from 3. Orlando began going under his screens and kind of conceding the pull-up 3.
Possibly he's just not as good a passer as y'all think he is.
And if I'm not watching the games, how did I tell you this? By your own admission,
a lot of his turnovers are him losing the ball. I don't think is an diamond on his
which
passer.
Is not an indication of me being not being
I mean, it depends how good of a passer people say he is. I think he's one of the best passers in the league. I think he's a better passer than Dennis Jenkins.
Don't say that too loud, Mars. You might stir up something.
So I think he's one of the best passers in the league. I don't know where that means he ranks. I'm not saying he's a better passer than Jokic, Luka, Halliburton, James Harden. I'm not saying he's a better passer than those guys, and even James Harden turning the ball over 100 times a game right now. But
I'm with you.
He needs to work on his turnovers and he needs to work on his 3-point shot. That's the thing that he needed to work on last year, and it got better in this year's regular season. Now he has to be able to do it against the playoff coverage that he's inevitably going to see because of the flaws also on his roster. The flaws on his roster mean that he has to improve on his flaws to a higher degree than other people would if they were maximized. He's not maximized right now, and that's okay, but he still needs to be better because of the situation he's in. They can't afford 7 turnovers a game. They can't. Even no matter the fact that he keeps their offense afloat, he still hurts them with the 7 turnovers. He still hurts them with his inability to punish teams going under his ball screens. But he needs to be better in that regard.
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. With a check those smoke and the host go ham. You ain't never seen hoops out here did raw. Every take got weight, every night we drop. This that barbershop. Courtside, worldwide tone. Welcome to the only show that really feel like numbers jumping like the score.